Hello guys, Shockwave came back here once again. Yes, saw the video. Hajime Ippo round 1348 had just recently came out. I believe it was like yesterday. If I do not recall, I believe it was like late yesterday. Or early this morning, it's hard to read. But 1348 recently came out after the Keith versus Takamura conclusion. I might like seem like one spoiler panel because alright, I had to see what the video is gonna hold. Man, I can't help. The guy cannot exist, but the first thing we see is a real life photo of. I would say this on George's Twitter, like at least a week or two ago. There was a guy posting up with like a bunch of Hajime Ippo homage images, and that's pretty much who's in the cover for this. It's him, and he did like a bunch of images like of Mishima, Sendo, and all the other kids, and that's him on the cover. Now you gotta admit, man looks excellent. Digital versions of Hajime Ippo volumes 1 through 31 are a big success. Let's get into the cover page. He's top with the champion with God tier luck to achieve his third weight class conquest. Hajime Ippo round 1348, the secret behind the left swing. The secret. Post conclusion, everybody's exiting the Kount hall. And the crowd who leaves just like, I got goosebumps. I remember that for the rest of my life. Seriously. We were witnessing history. Well, the Takamura family name. Oh, yeah. We get some, like, you see over the crowd, you get some guys talking, but the Takamura family name has been besmirched for now. Are you still on about that? And then, like, Takamura's just like, can't you just be honest? It's like, bro. And the other was like, And then, like, congratulations, Mamaru Ninsei. No, Ninsan. Nah, I don't care. They set Takamura up. They did this on purpose. Y'all can show sympathy for these animals. They set Takamura up with that faulty costume. He set Takamura up with them broken up trunks. There was only people trying to use Takamura for their own selfish need. They don't care about their brother. They don't. Scumbags. Can't believe that people like this actually exist. And Yoki like stares at it. He's just like, "Welp. Time to get going." Yes, it's back to that Ippo greatness. Let's get back to it. But I still don't get it. He was taking all those huge swings, but certainly he caught the heck out of one. And Itagaki chips in. If you're talking about counters, we've got an expert right here. Pointed towards Miata. And Miata's like, there's been signs before his. There's been signs before that. Yeah, it was a sign before this before this fight that he had that he's weak to left swings. Have none of you been suspicious at all about his right eye? And Yogi's like, whoa, what are you saying? And Miata said, do you think he can see out of it? I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. And everybody's shocked. And Yogi's like, I don't want to hear that shit. He was like a Yoki. Like Miata like does something. He throws at his hand. He throws at his hand. And Miata's like, well, when he swings to the X side, you can't see it for a brief instant. And Kimura's like, yeah. And the guy's like, yeah. And Kimura's like, you're right. When you're that close up, you're right. That's when you're close up. Their face disappears for a second. It then feels like it drops down. It drops down from out of nowhere in a blind spot. And the full swing up light has a whole body behind it, making it even more dangerous. Unless you're absolutely certain it's coming, it's hard to match up a counter against it. And yeah, that's like precisely. Coach Kuragama and Takamura created a situation with that certainty. And since it was hard to see, they relied on the impact against his guard instead. And Takamura's like, I see, and that's who was able to counter it. Along with it. Anyway, that's how he was able to counter it. Just along. I see. That's why he's able to counter it. He just slide along. Yeah, he just slide along the inside of the punch. And Miyoki's like, but that one before, right? What I don't get is the final counter. I mean, I was like, that was probably due to Keith's stubbornness as a champion. There's this. Wait. There's more insight. In the first place, the huge left swing from the southpaw stance is almost unheard of. It comes from the farthest away and it takes the longest to land, and you leave you wide open. On top of that, the elbow and the fist is telegraphed from the beginning. taking into account his own damage, and that he was already convinced that Takamura was bad against that kind of punch, he decided to use his dominant right arm as a big gun and end the fight. And Kimu's like, as he shot a boxing back and forth with Itagaki, and then when he swung big, blammo. And Yoko's like, telegraph. Wait, so Miyata continues. The punch he saw in its a punch he saw in its entirety. I'm so confident. I have an answer to my suspicions. He literally dodged by the skin of his teeth. That's not something you could do with one eye. One eye. And Miyata goes at there, shot a box. And like Yoki and Jigake hops over to Miyata. Quit saying stuff to figure us out when we should be celebrating. Thank you for the thorough explanation. And he put his hand in both of their faces. And Miyata's like, this is something I've been thinking about since before the match. Can you all quit sticking to me like that? Come on, Miyata. You're a part. Don't forget, Miyata. You used to be a part of this gym. You used to be a part of this gym. Don't forget where you came from. Don't try to act all high and mighty from. All high and mighty now. That you forget where you and your father came from. You grew up in this gym. And Yogi's like, hey, physical contact is sported. Kimura's like, calm down. Miyata's the touchy-feely guy like that. To be honest, like, I'm grateful there's at least one person who doesn't get carried away like that. And someone pulls out Kimura's he looks like a true Kappa now. Wow, that malnutrition was a killer. To be honest, like, or I thought. Kimura's like, this isn't... Whatever. Let's go to the changing room today. I'm sure the reporters are all gone by now. 3 cheers for the Takamura. No, 100 cheers. And the guy says, Miyata-san, you too. To be honest, like, I'm not a part of your gym. I shouldn't have francialized. And like, Miyata's shocked. And he smiles. He throws a grin and he goes back to normal. And Miyata walks away all alone. He walks away all alone. And it's like you hear somebody say, someone tie this idiot up. Shut it, old man. We're partying hard tonight. Let's do a bit. Let's do it with a bang, boys. Let's do it a bang, boys. Can't you? Cool guy was like, can't you be an adult for Takamura's in the changing room, he's living it up with him shades in his face. He's just living it up. And they like, why are there so many boxes? They need that many boxes for that beat up, broken down suit. And he was like, Takamura, son, you can't. Your right leg was already injured before the match. Listen to the coach and go home and rest. We'll go home to rest. And Takamura's like, oh, shut it. This is my 3rd weight class conflict. Celebrate me, worship me, revere me. And the coach says to Ippo, I'm counting on you. Force him into a taxi and take him home. Did not let him walk. Takamura is at 6'2", 186 pounds. And growing. I don't think Ippo can do it. Ippo's like this, sir. See, coach orders. Takamura's like, shut it. Ippo's like, no, wait, what? So Takamura looks like he's mad. And then Ippo's like, now then, I'm heading out. And he's carrying Takamura piggyback style on his back. Takamura's like, damn it. Itagaki, Kimura, and Yoki finally showed up. Takamura-san, congratulations! And they're like, huh? Where's Takamura saying? Senpai's gone too. And I believe the coach, like, if you're looking for your matches, like Teihara Kitara says it, if you're looking for a master, just giving that Titan a piggyback ride home. A piggyback? That's unbelievable. That's his unbelievable monster strength for you. And Korigama sits down with his cane. I'm saying, this is the first time I ever see Korigama with his cane in the back. And like actually like using it. Cause I use it to sit down. But Yagi's like, are you alright? Coach, maybe we should maybe you should head back and rest. And he's like, Kogama says, Yagi-chan. Break next week, we resume in August 4th edition. And the wake of the beloved disciples' great treatment. What is the master thinking? I'm telling you, Kogama's dying. I don't care what you say, he got some type of cancer. But overall, let's go back to the beginning. The explanation to why, before Kogama, Takamura's family, the scumbag, 1, 2, 3, there are scum. I hate them. And Miyata's explanation of what happened with the huge left swing. Really? Takamura was hit by this like 4 times. You serious? And he could have telegraphed that. When he did the exact same points 4 different times, you should have known when you did not see his left hand. The best way to dodge it is to wait for him to hit your guard, and you hit him with your left like you was Joe Frazier. In this case, Takamura hit him with his right that he was guarding with, but you hit him with similar to how Joe Frazier with his bobbing and weaving and his cross-arm guard. He waits like Ali or somebody else constantly hitting his guard. When they connect, that's when you know to launch the large leaping right hook and to take your head right off your shoulders. So this explanation he gave is just, I guess you could say it's similar to something that Joe Frazier used to do, but Richard Bison, it was a feint, and with Keith's dragon, he just couldn't see it. Cause I remember, like, Keith didn't do any setup to it. He just did the punch, and it just came out of nowhere. And him switching to southpaw and doing it, besides from like the timing leg, it should have been the exact same time. Especially with it switched up with a combination or a feint. But it is what it is. It's nothing bad, but it's a meh conclusion to a fight that's overall just meh. It's not so good. But this chapter is fantastic. This chapter is great. Seeing Miyata and the Kogama 3 go back and forth. Seeing Kimura's scalp. Seeing his scalp. It never fails. And again, definitively that Takamura doesn't have a detached retina yet. You just don't tease something like this or foreshadow this like this back to back. But overall, the chapter is fantastic. The chapter is best we've seen in the past entire month. And then Miyata's like, you rarely see Miyata shocked, but he's like, or so I thought. This is it. Like, who took off Kimura's hat? Who did this? Why did they do this to him? Why did they take off Kimura's hat like that? Why? It's more like Yoyogi. And it's funny how they snatched off the hat and like Kimura's not even mad anymore. Oh yeah, he did stop wearing that. What happened to the wig? I just realized that. What happened to the wig? Cause he said I'm gonna be wearing his wig until it grows back. What happened to his wig? I like to go back and read it. But to see that shock expression of Miyata, it's funny cause as soon as he says, "Oh, I'm not a part of your gym," or I shouldn't have frantalized. Huh? I didn't know it was mine. Alright. I just see me out his face. He's just like, he's shocked. He's like he's not even shocked. He thinks about it. And he's just like, yeah, Miyata. Don't forget where you came from, Miyata. You used to be a part of the Kogama gym just like the rest of them. You're not so high and mighty. You're not so high and mighty. And arguably it could be an Easter egg that the fight is still going to happen between Ippo and Miyata, and to see that lonely shot when he's walking away by himself, it is excellent. Then it cut over to Takamura. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I read it. It's not just about the action, it's things like this. Because it's not just a comedy either, but let's do it big. Let's do it with a bang, boys, a bang. Like, I was like, keep it adult for once. You can say whatever, but the key for just Takamura fight with a chapter after which is fantastic. This is my 3rd weight class. Celebrate me, worship me, revere me. I'm still waiting for that season 2 and 3 English dub. I'm still waiting. And like to see that the surprising thing is that Kogama told Ippo to do a job. And somehow he was able to tame the great Takamura. Somehow the little brother was able to hold back the big arrogant brother from doing anything stupid. And Ippo carried him home on a piggyback ride. My goodness, I didn't think Takamura would cave like that, but he did. I didn't think he would cave to the Makuruchi, but apparently when Ippo says no, he means no. And then like Itagaki can't even show up late. He's just like, where is he? Where is he? But yeah, the whole thing at the end, 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Coach Kurogama is dying. And the fact that they're not there is the perfect time to talk to Yagi about this. And how you don't got too much longer to go anyway. Because remember, like usually Kurogama will have the king, he will swing it around, does the usual. But it's the only time like you're really seeing him actually sit down with it. He would carry it around. But it's not like he ever truly needed. But now it seems like he truly needs it in this chapter. In the whole teaser, hey coach, are you alright? Maybe we should head back and rest. Yagi, I don't got much time to live. I'm trying to enjoy the last few moments of life I got. I only got a few more, but we got it. I doubt, let's say, it's really good. He's going to tease Ippo to return, or it's going to be something else, but it's going to be something nice. It's going to be something great. But overall, this is the best chapter of the month. This was fantastic. This was excellent. This is the greatness I was waiting for. I couldn't get it out of the Keith Dragon fighting Takamura towards the end, but I'm getting it now. This chapter is fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cause this right here, this is what I love. This is what I enjoy. I'm still disappointed of how the fight ended and beyond the supposed explanation, but it is what it is. Honestly, I think it's an overall fantastic chapter. Let me shout out, you guys' thoughts and opinions. What do you believe Coach Kurogama is going to tell Yagi? Do you accept Miyata's explanation of the final counter of what happened? And do you enjoy the comedy normal chapters, or just the normal chapters, as much as the actual fights, or you just here for the fights and the boxing and that's it? Let me shout out, you guys' thoughts and opinions now. Peace.
Ryan Little.